What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name's Michael Roman, aka Allfires. A major news bombshell has gone off in the last 30 minutes as being reported by multiple outlets, including Deadline, under the headline, Disney shocker, Bob Iger back as CEO, Bob CHAPEK out, and this apparently taking place immediately. We're going to break down what the article says, what happened over at Disney to make this major change up so, and what this means for the future of Marvel Studios going forward. It is actually amazing news. We're going to break it all down, but first, if you could grab the subscribe button. We do daily Marvel content at the channel, and that's all we do. Everything from official Easter egg breakdowns, trailers, and reviews to the occasional industry insider report like we're doing today, and everything in between. So if that sort of thing's for you, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below. That will automatically enter you to win our ongoing PS5 giveaway. If you want, stick around to the end of the video. We'll get into all the giveaway stuff again there. So again, this breaking in the last 30 minutes as reported by Deadline, quote, after less than a year in retirement, Bob Iger has returned as the CEO of Walt Disney Company. The board just sent out a notice that Bob Iger is back and recently re-upped Bob CHAPEK is out, handing over the baton as CEO in February 2020 to CHAPEK and serving as the executive chairman until the end of 2021. Iger will now serve as the CEO for a second time for the next 2 years, the company says. Previously, Iger was top dog at the House of the Mouse from 2005 all the way up to 2020, so for 15 years. They go on to say, quote, the board has concluded that as Disney embarks on an increasingly complex period of industry transformation, Bob Iger is uniquely situated to lead the company through this pivotal period, said the chair Susan Arnold today after what was a rougher than expected last quarter for the company. Now, before we go on, because there's more in here, I want to unpack some key details in what was just reported. Number one, they point out Bob Iger's tenure, 2005 till 2020. He was the guy who believed in and invested in bringing Marvel Studios and Star Wars to Disney. He didn't purchase them until 2009 and 2012 respectively, so he was seen as a cinema guy and had a huge hand in shaping what we now know as Disney through Marvel and Star Wars. Now, the next detail to key in on is when they call this an increasingly complex period of industry transformation, and when they say that Disney had a rougher than expected last quarter for the company. There's a lot more tied up in this in just the bottom line in numbers on a stat sheet. That was a real fancy way of saying things were an absolute dumpster fire over at Disney. There have been so many public articles and in the recent news about employee dissatisfaction, major layoffs, reports of executives being overworked and spread too thin, and then the very public grilling of Marvel on behalf of CGI artists saying they were impossible to work with. All of these were just symptoms of a greater problem over at Disney Co., and where Bob Iger was regarded as a super empathetic CEO, a people person, and beloved by a lot of the people he worked with and a lot of the company and even the fans for what he was able to accomplish, it seems as though Bob CHAPEK was not able to keep that same vision. The board went on to say, quote, we thank Bob CHAPEK for his service to Disney over his long career, including navigating the company through unprecedented challenges of the pandemic. They also go on to say Mr. Iger has the deep respect of Disney's senior leadership, most of whom he worked closely with until his departure as executive chairman 11 months ago, and he is greatly admired by Disney employees worldwide, all of which will allow for a seamless transition of leadership. Basically saying he only left 11 months ago. Since then, Bob CHAPEK has had the reins, and it has been a disaster. So we're going to give it right back to the guy who had it in the first place, and hopefully not enough time has elapsed, not enough damage has been done that he can't steer it back into that direction. When they say he's uniquely situationed or uniquely suited, it's beyond uniquely suited. He's the only one who they could bring back. He's literally the guy who steered it into this direction, who got it to where it is. There's no one who better understands the company. Really, if they have any future of turning this around, it's with him in the CEO post. He goes on to say, quote, I'm extremely optimistic for the future of this great company and thrilled to be asked by the board to return as CEO. Disney and its incomparable brands and franchises hold a special place in the hearts of so many people around the globe, most especially in the hearts of our employees, whose dedication to this company and its mission is an inspiration. I am deeply honored to be asked again to lead this remarkable team with a clear mission focused on creative excellence to inspire generations through unrivaled, bold storytelling. Now, he addresses the employees in this statement because he knows the problem is mostly internally with what's going on in the company and it falling apart. But he also says clear mission focused on creative excellence, guys. And as far as being Marvel fans, because that's what most of us are here at this channel, this is great news for Marvel Studios. Bob Iger was the guy who ultimately saw Kevin Feige all the way to the top of Marvel Studios because Kevin Feige was the right guy for the job. He's ultimately the one who's going to be signing off on cutting huge checks for development. He's the guy who will say, yes, go spend that extra 50, that extra $100 million, make Avengers Secret Wars that much better, because that investment in creative excellence is worth it on the back end for the fans and the brands. So not only is it awesome because of his empathy and just being a people person, someone that the employees are inspired by and want to work for, but he's also the dude who's going to put cinema first in the piece of the pie. While Bob Chapek was definitely a theme parks guy, Bob Iger is our cinema guy. He's our Marvel guy. So just from the standpoint of being a Marvel fan and what this means for the future of the MCU, this is all good things. But as far as actually having empathy for those who are working for Disney and all of the sort of discordant feelings and reports that have been coming out, this is definitely a new hope, pun totally intended, but really a light at the end of the tunnel, something that they can sort of be like, okay, change is coming. And guys, I think we all know and can empathize when you have a terrible job with a terrible boss and you feel trapped there and deadlocked. It's a terrible feeling. And so I think there's a lot of people who are going to wake up tomorrow to hear this news because it broke so late tonight on the East Coast and be extremely happy to hear Bob Iger is back. As Marvel fans, we should be super pumped as well. Guys, let me know all your thoughts down below and your reactions to this. It's crazy that this broke and as late as it did on Sunday, effective immediately. That must be, man, whatever those numbers are going to report for that last quarter must be really, really rough. I'm all ears as always. Quickly, let's jump into the giveaway stuff before I let you go. Okay, we're still giving away a PlayStation 5. We're also announcing some new giveaways this week. If you want to be entered to win, all the same rules will always apply. Hit the subscribe button because you need to be a subscriber, then leave a comment down below. Because it's truly random, the more videos you comment on, the better chance you have of winning. It's super simple, that's all it. Then wait for an announcement during the videos, guys. We will never ever announce winners down in the comments. So if you get spam on my channel, on any other channel on YouTube, shoot, on any other platform, there are a lot of bots impersonating content creators right now. No YouTuber will ever charge you for shipping. No YouTuber will ever message you in the comments and say you won. They always announce it publicly in a video. Please, guys, be vigilant. Always look for verified accounts. Do not give anybody money. No YouTuber I know ever charges shipping. My name's Michael Roman. You can find me in a couple of places, Instagram and Twitter at IamFires. You can also find me on Instagram, Spotify, YouTube, Amazon, Apple, original music under the name Allfires. We will be doing a watch party for the upcoming Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special late on Thursday night, but we will also be doing watch parties for all the US World Cup games. I am a die-hard US soccer fan. I cannot wait for the game tomorrow. I will see you guys live on the channel. If not, I'll see you in the next video. I love you guys. Take it easy. Peace.